Howdy folks, Max Clark here, Camp Director, giving you a brief breakdown of the Isle Royale trip. Yes, Isle Royale is back by popular demand for 2024. So we did not run this trip last year, and we had a number of people go, hey, what the heck? I wanted to go on that, and so we are bringing it back. Isle Royale, super cool trip, super unique. I mean, to give you the summary, it is an island in the middle of Lake Superior. It is a national park, but it is the most remote and least traveled national park in the United States. So it has a very cool and unique title. It is also very famous for the moose that inhabit the island, as well as a population of wolves. Now, I say wolves, there's nothing to worry about. There has never been a wolf attack or injury on this thing. Actually, on all the years, let's say I've been running this for 8 years now, and our campers have never even seen a wolf. But the island, nevertheless, is famous for some wolves that are on there. All right, it is an 8-day, 7-night total backcountry time trip, and I want to show you, kind of dig into some of the journey there. So when our kids come to camp, the next day they will pack up, load up, get all their gear ready, review the trip, and they are going to travel to Baraga State Park. Now, the reason that they have to stay there is because in Houghton, there's Houghton, in the morning, the next day, they need to jump on a ferry boat and travel all the way up to Isle Royale, which is up there. There's the island. It's a 3-hour ferry ride through Lake Superior. And so they need to stay overnight here so that they can catch the AM ferry in the morning. It would be brutal to try to drive from camp and get right onto the ferry. So we let them stay a night there and enjoy the town, and then they'll head up to Houghton, and they board, check this out, a very famous Ranger 3. Now, the Ranger 3 passenger ferry is so famous that the National Park Service gives it its own website. How cool is that? There she is. Wow, what a beautiful boat. So they'll jump on that, they get to ride that ferry over and cross over to Isle Royale. Now check this out. Look how close you are to Canada. I mean, on clear days, you can actually see the Canadian shoreline across there. It's pretty close. I mean, to give you perspective, let's go back over here. Here's the distance, of Door County to the mainland in Wisconsin. It's about the same. Yeah. And yeah, there you go. Pretty cool. So anyways, they come over on their boat and they land at Rock Harbor. So you'll see on the island here, and just super unique terrain. Look at this, little fingerlings of islands dotting all over the place. It's just really cool. So they're going to land at Rock Island, and immediately on that day they have to hike to 3 Mile right here. Another quick note on these videos that I put out. I think one of my intents here is to just disclose, like, this is what the trip itinerary is, but also as a tool, if you guys wanted to plan your own trip, you could totally steal this plan and just do it. You're not going to get the same benefit that camp would offer in the camp experience. Not to say that it would be a lesser experience. I think it'd just be cool that you have, I don't know, common wisdom out there to plan trips. So anyways, you can see each tent site here is a camping location for their journey, and so they'll make their way through these different areas. So 3 Mile being one of them, Mosky Basin, Chicken Bone West, which is over here. Let's see, Chicken Bone. You can see why this lake, look, it's like a wishbone. Chicken Bone West. Hot tip for you, Chicken Bone East is right here, and that is a tough campsite. It is an 800-foot climb or descend to get fresh water. So that's why I like going right here. They're going to cross across the main island and see different hillside and terrain features, and head over here to Hatchet Lake, and then from Hatchet Lake to McCargo Cove. So coming back across here, this is probably the longest day of hiking. Let's take a look at the mileage here. 9.8 miles. So really still within the realm of medium difficulty. As a trip leader, once I pushed kids on out of necessity. One time back in Colorado, we did an 18-mile day, and that was a little tough. So 9-10 miles, totally good. From McCargo Cove to Daisy Farm, which is right here, and from Farm back to 3 Mile. Now I added this as an option so that they could hit a couple of these peaks and crud across the ridge and back down, just to add some unique stuff there. And then they'll finish up at Rock Harbor, jump on the ferry once again, and cruise on back. Look, you can see the ferry route. I bet you that line goes all the way to Houghton. You can't tell, but there you go. Isle Royale. So sign up, ask your questions, let me know what you're thinking. Very famous. I don't know, famous island, but really relatively unknown. I mean, if you were to say, hey, list out your all the national parks that you know, I don't think many people would know this one. So again, check it out. If you have any questions, be sure to call camp. All right.